Good morning, students. In today's session, we will continue with our control structure. To revise our previous session, what we completed, we have studied data types so far, the data type number, the data type string, list, tuple, and dictionary. Then we studied types of operators, arithmetic operator, comparison operator, assignment operator, bitwise operator, logical operator, membership operator. These are the details of the operators. Then the operator precedence, how it works. Now we will continue with our conditional statement. In yesterday lectures, we have covered if statement, if else statement, if else statement. Now I will study nested if statement. I will open my IDLE. I will write the if nested if statement. I will open one file here. Okay. Here, as you know, nested if means when you're going to use your if statement more than once in your program. The syntax is if 10 is less than 15. Let's make one condition where 10 is less than 15. Then print the value 15 is bigger number. Then when you are going to use your nested if, where you have to write your other if statement, you have to put your other if statement after your print statement. The indentation will appear automatically. 14 less than 16. When you press enter, the indentation of second if will be appeared. Then I will write 16 is another bigger number. Then I will save my program with the name of, I will give the name big. Then I will run my code. You can find out the output is 15 is bigger number, 16 is another bigger number. It will depend upon you what type of condition you are giving here. This is the way by which you can use your nested if statement. Okay, let's write over if statement here. Then run my code. You are again getting your same output. There is no any difference. Okay, I will tell you difference here. If I write this print statement here, then expected an indentation block after its statement on line 3. Why I have taken this if statement here? Because in this case, you don't get any sort of a parenthesis where you can check the coverage of block area. So prefer to give indentation here. You won't get any sort of error. There is no error if you give if you will not give any indentation here, but prefer to give indentation here, so it will be easy for you to measure the block area, because the first block area of first if is from here to here, and the second block area of second if is starting from here. Okay, so preferably give if with one tab space. Okay, otherwise there is no any issue. Suppose you are using third if, sometime when you write your complex program, it will be difficult for you to measure where is the error occur in which block. So prefer to give it some indentation. Fine. Okay. Next is to using of not operator in if statement. I will use my ideally. I will create one new file over here. Here, let's make one program x equal to 100. And the value of x is here. If, okay, I will consider it as marks. Marks is 100. If marks are not, I'm writing here comparison. Print I'm making one statement, print statement here, marks is not 100, else print marks is 100. I will save my code with marks here. There is no termination of statement. Here I'm getting marks is 100 here. Okay. Here in this case, you have assigned one value that is 100 to marks. You will check the equality. If I write here that is 100 is equal to 100, yes, it is true. But before that, we have written here not. That means the true statement become false. So if will not run, your else statement will work over here. Next is it is not necessarily that you will use your if with not. This is one of the way. Otherwise, you can use operator here. This will also work. Marks is not equal to 100. Then run. You will get the same result. Okay. You can put operator here. You can also use not here. Next is and operator in if statement. Again, I will write one code over here. Okay. I will make one new file. I will write marks equal to, let's take 72. If marks is greater than 80, then make one print statement that is you got 80. Fine. The indentation is required here. In the elif, I will write if marks is greater than equal to 60 and generally you use your double and when you write your C or C++ program to that is the logical operator. Okay, here I'm using A and D and here and marks is less than 80 because the greater than 80 condition I have been checked. Then I will write here greater than or equal to. less than 80, then my print statement will be you got B grade. The next else statement is marks is greater than equal to 50 and marks is less than 60, then print you got C grade. Then in the else, I will write print fail. Here the marks is 72, marks is in this alif block. So you will got the grade B here. Let's save this program and run our code. That is marks 1. Okay, there is an error. Let's find expected column. That is column is required here. Then we will check. You got grade. That means you can use your and with your if statement. Okay. Then is your in operator in if statement. How you will use your in operator in your if statement? There are a number of ways by which you can write your program. I'm telling you how you can use it by giving some example. Let's make one variable x equal to, let's take some brown colors here. I will take red, then blue, then yellow. Firstly, in which form I am giving the value, which type of data type it is there. This is list. Okay. Then I will take another variable y equal to, if y equal to red, I will make if y in x. Okay, instead of x, I will take another variable so that you won't get confused in x and y. Here I have given one variable here, the value here, that is red, which is existing in your list. I want to check whether red is existing in my list or not. Check this one because this is a keyword here. Okay. I will print red is in list. In the else part, I will write print not is in list. Let's run the program by color. Now red is in list here. This is your list. Nested else if statement, nested if, not operator in if statement, and operator in if statement, in operator in if statement. Now we will study our control structures, that is loops. In the while, we will study else clause while statement, else clause on Python while statement, nested while loop, one line while loop, Python while loop, break and continue, infinite while loop. Let's study one by one. I will open my IDLE. Here I will open one file here. Firstly, the while will work in the same way as it works in your C or C++. In while, you will have to give condition, then colon, then statements are there. While statements are there. Okay. I will simply write one program is equal to 0 while I'm going to print first 6 values starting from 0. This is your initialization. As you know, when you are working with loops, you are with 3 parts. First is the initialization, then condition, then is increment or decrement. In while, you will write if x is less than equal to 5, print x here. Okay, and you will increment the value of 0 by using shorthand or assignment operator. Let's save the program with the W1. Let's run the code. The answer is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the way by which you can use your while. Firstly, initialization is there, then is your condition is there, then is your increment part is there. Again, you can increment or decrement that you have worked on your previous programming languages. Now is to use while with your else statement. How you will use your while with your else is the syntax will while I will make changes over here. While condition, then is okay. When you are going to use your if else, while else, for else, this type of statement, then you must take in consideration that else should be under else. You can use, I have told you, you can use if, then if is there, then condition is there, expression is there, then your print statement is there, then you can write if here. Okay, there is no any error. You can either write if here, there is no any error. But when you are going to write your else, you must write your else under your if. Okay. Similarly, with the while else, when you are writing your while with else, while should be under the else, else should be under the while, then your in the else colon sign is there, then the indentation will be appeared, then this is your statement. Okay, this is the syntax for your while else. Let's make one program to understand the concept. I will take one variable. Let's take the variable as x equal to 5 while x, that is 5, is less than equal to 15. This will work like your if statement. That means in if we will check only a single expression, but you know while is a loop, it will work until and unless you will increment or decrement it and print x, then I will increment the value of. Firstly, let's run this code to check it. I will write that. Let's run this code. I'm getting the output 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have started my loop with 5 and it will run until 10. So I'm getting the output 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If x is less than equal to 10, then this will work else. Then your else part, else. When your condition will become false, then your print will out of 5. We have studied while, else clause on Python, while statement. Now we will do nested while loop. I will open one new file here. Here I am going to give you one suggestion how you can use your nested while loop. Generally, nested while loop is used when we go for some pattern programs. Okay. Here I will write. Here I am going to print one pattern. That the pattern will be of the type 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also write this type of program in your for loop. Here I am going to use your while loop. Here I am going to start with the value of first. The first value of pattern is 1. So I'm starting here with 1 while I is less than equal to 5. Then here under this while I will initialize the another variable that is j and will give the condition j is less than equal to 5. J is less than equal to I and print the value of j here. Okay. As you have studied, okay, here I will not use any delimiter firstly. Then I will print the value I plus equal to I. Okay. As you know, when you are going to write your pattern programs, you need I equal to one starting value, then the condition. If I say I is less than equal to 5, then there is increment. This is your for loop in your C++ that you have studied. And your J loop will work like J equal to 1, J is less than equal to I, and there is increment in J. Rest the condition and increment, decrement, initialization, it will all depend upon your pattern that you are going to generate here. The same is first is we have initialized the value I equal to 1, then the condition of I is less than equal to 5. Then this is the nested way. Nested way is you write your 4 of I, then under this you write your 4 of J. This is the way you write your program. If you check here, you have started your while for I, and under this you have started your J, and given the condition here, you will have print the value of J and increment the value of J. This is the J loop. Okay. This is the control of your J loop. Then is your I loop control. I will give the name here. Then now you will check here. The output is right. That is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why there is And how there is an enter has been appeared here. If I go with the code, you will find out here I have written one print statement with without any statement inside the print function. Okay, this print will give you an enter. Now is you want your output in this format 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5, then there is a need of delimiter when you are going to print the value that we have already studied in our lab session, that and is at work as a delimiter. You will use the delimiter here. Now let's run our code. Now you can find out. Okay, I will run the code again so that it will be more visible. Now you can find out your pattern has been appeared in this format. This print will give you an enter, and this will hold the line until one is appeared, then enter is there, then you will get value here with two spaces here. This is the working of your delimiter. Okay, that's why when you are going to write your pattern programs, this end is important and this print is important for the next line and for the spaces. Suppose you are going to print more spaces, then space will be appeared here. Okay, otherwise after the enter it will give you the output in the next line. Suppose I am going to give this as a comment. Okay, I will not give you as a comment here. Here, firstly, I will give and as this. Now, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there. If I will give this print as a comment now, the output will be simply your output will be printed like normal output, one after the another. Okay, you want and the difference between your upper output and lower output is here 1 is appearing, then print was giving an enter, 1 2 was appearing, then print was giving an another enter. If I have commented that print, I'm getting the output with one single enter. Here I was getting some extra enter here. Okay, so this is your nested while loop, how you can use it. Then comes one line while loop, how you can write your while loop in a single line. Okay. I will open one new file here. I will write two variables. Let's take x and y as a variable. Then take the value 0 and 5 here. And I will write while x is less than y. This is my condition and this is my while loop. I have initialized the value. You can take x equal to 0, y equal to 0 in different line. I have used x comma y equal to 0 comma y. This is another way how you can initialize the variable. I'm giving the while condition. If x is less than y, then there is increment of your while loop in the x, then print semicolon here when you are going to print your while in a single step. Now I will run this code, the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can find out the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just a way how you can use your while in a single line. When you are going to use your while in a single line, you will write while, then condition is there, then column, then increment or decrement, it will depend upon you. Then whatsoever you want to print, you don't have to put enter and you have to print. You can simply put one semicolon here. Okay. This is the syntax of using while in a single statement. Then is Python while loop break and continue. I will come over this break and continue later on. Firstly, we will cover simply the loops, how Python will work. When I cover break and continue statement, then I will cover break and continue with while and other. Then is infinite while loop. How your while loop will work infinite times. Okay, let's open one another file. Just here. Firstly, the syntax here is while. How your loop will work infinite when you will write true here. If while is true, true means whatsoever is the condition that is true. Nothing is false. You are not giving the condition. Then there is your print statement or number of statements are there whatsoever you want. If there is an infinite loop, then how will you exit from your infinite loop? The ways you will use Control plus C to exit from loop. If your infinite loop is working, then you will use Control plus C. Okay. Then is how to emulate a do while in Python. As you know, there is no do while statement or do while loop is available in your Python. Then how will you make your loop to work at least once? What is the working of your do while? That it will make the statements to work at least once. Okay. It will check, we know the difference between while and do while. Do while will execute at least once. This is the main part of do while, whether your condition is false. Okay, I will write here one syntax, that is, suppose the condition is, I'm taking one condition equal to true. True means the condition is whatsoever the condition that is true here, while I will put one condition, the loop body is here, there is the loop body, then print execute at least, I will write once, and then I will make this condition false. Firstly, I'm starting with one condition that is true. While I have given one condition whatsoever is in the while, it will print at least one, and when the condition become false, it will become exit. Here, if I consider this case, my output will be execute at least once. This is the way by which you can run your do while loop. Okay, I will repeat again. When you want to, here I'm not giving you an example related to your true statement. While the when the while is always true, it will run infinite times, and I'm not giving you any example over here because I will put this type of example in your related machine exercise. Okay, so I'm skipping this part for your practice. And how will you make your do while? Condition is true, it will work. Then if the condition become false, you know in the do while you will exit, but you will get the output at least once. This is the way by which you can write your syntax and write your program. Then I will, this is how to emulate your do while loop in Python. Your for loop, in your for loop, we will start with a new file. As you know, in C or C++ that I have already told you, we are having three parts in our for, that is initialization, condition, as well as increment or decrement. Okay. Initial, then condition, then increment, or that means iteration is there, decrement is there. Fine. Here, firstly, how you will write a single, I will give you syntax here first. The syntax is for the variable, or I will take item here, item in sequence, the whatsoever you have specified, then colon is there, then statement of for is there. This is the syntax. Let's use the for statement for loop here. I will write here, I will write directions. Directions equal to, we know we are having four directions, east, I'm defining in a list as a string, west, and south. These are my values in my list. I will find out for I is for iteration. In, you are using in when you are using your for loop here. For in directions. This is my for loop. Firstly, I have given the value in the direction list. Print, I set I value of I. In this case, I set iteration will start from 0 index if I'm not giving anything here. How will I will set the range? That is another thing that we will study. Here I'm studying here. Just you can directly assess your value in your for loop. I have made one list with the name of direction, and I have provided here 4 directions here. Now I want to print the directions here, north, east, west, south. My I will start from indexing 0. At the index 0, I am getting north, index 1, that is east, index 2, that is west, index 3, that is south. I want to print it. In this case, I value will start from 0 itself. There is no any condition. I will iterate itself until my list will be completed. Okay. And there is auto increment in your for loop by 1. That means if the value of 0 is there, there is a auto increment is there. I will run the code. I will write here check here. You can find out the output north, east, west, south has been printed. This is the usage of your while loop. This is the output of your usage of your for loops. Now you can use your for loop with a string as well. How you will use your for loop with a string? Let's take the word direction as well, and I will take north here. I said for I in directions north, print the value I is there. Okay. How it will be get printed? Your output will be in the form of N in one line, O in one line, because there are iterations are there. After each iteration, there are 5 letters in your note. After each iteration, your output will be get printed in the next line itself. You don't have to give another print statement here, because you know when you give print, right here, if you write your print with, I will close the ideally and I will write and run it. Now you can find out the difference. If you give print without any statement, another enter will be entered itself. Otherwise, a single enter will be by default by the statement. This is a usage of your for loop. Then is you can also use your for loop with your else statement, with your tuples. And let's take one example here. Let's take tuple here. I will take here 2 directions only to understand you the concept. Even you can use dictionary in your directions. Okay, that will depend upon you how you will assess it. The next main thing that we will cover under your loop is your range function. Range function is very much important. As I have told you, you can use with list, tuple, dictionary, string. Then comes the range function. Here, I will open one new file. Let's study firstly with the theory part first. Python for loop range function. There are 3 ways by which you can represent your range function. When you're not defining your range, then you can assess your for loop with list, with tuples, with dictionary, with string that we have seen how it will work. It will automatically initialize with your index value 0 starting from 0, and it will automatically increment, and it will already set the condition. You don't have to give any condition. There is no any condition checking when you are giving your such type of data types in your folder. In your range function, there are three ways by which you are giving your range. First is the range stop, range start stop, range start stop steps are there. Okay, I will give you an example here. Firstly, range stop. Range stop means I will write it in a comment. You will write your range. Here it is written stop. I have already given such type of example when I started with Python, that if any value, or when we have covered the difference between 2.x and 3.x, then I have told you that there was a function of x range in 2.x, and but in today's Python we are studying the range function. How your range will work? You will give a single numeric value. It will work 5 less than 5 minus 1 time. That means whatsoever is your n value, it will work n minus 1 time. Okay, and it will start from 0. The other range is one start value and other stop value. Suppose you are giving here, okay, you are giving here one start value as 5 and one value as 10. 5 is your starting value and 10 is your stop value. How you will give your start, stop and step? If you are not giving your steps, then by default one step increment is there. The third range type is start, stop and step. Here you are giving value 5 and 10. This is your start and stop. You want to give increment by 2 or decrement by 2. It will depend upon you. You can either increment or you can decrement the value. These are the steps. Okay, that means this is for your condition here. This is for the initialization that I have told you. Okay, this is your condition, how much your for will work, how many steps your for will work, and this is your increment and decrement in your for loop. That is described in the range function. That starts with the range function. Firstly, range function with one parameter. If we study this, we say range stop. Range is with single parameter. Okay. Let's work over the idea directly instead of presentation. Okay. I will write one function, one for loop, one n in range of 5. And then print a value of n here, because n is the name of the variable. You can take any name of the variable. As you take I in your for loop, j in your for loop, you can take anything here. How much your for loop will work? What could be the answer here? Here I will write. It will start from 0 and 5 minus 1 is 4. It will work 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This could be your answer here. Let's run the code here. We write 1. And this is your answer 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your range function with single parameter. When you are going to use your range function with 2 parameters, start and stop. Let's work over the ideally how it will work. I will give the range starts from 5 and go up till 10. Then in this case, your stop again will work stop minus 1. Okay, then it means your answer will be 5 not in the form of tuple. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This could be your answer. You can find out that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is your answer when you are using your for loop with 2 parameters. Now run over for loop with 3 parameter. I will use 0 is the initial value and goes up to 10 and give the margin of 3 here. Right? As you know, if it is starting from 0, it will go up to, it is initial is 0, will go up to and value is 10. Okay, that is the condition. I will write here a condition. And step is 3. If I expect my output here, my output will be 0. The difference is of 3. Then 1 and 2 will be get skipped. 3 will be get printed. 5, 4 and 5 will be get skipped. 6 will be get printed. 7 and 8 will be get skipped. 9 will be get printed. Let's find out the output. The output is 0, 3, 6, 9. Okay, and this is the way by which you can give your values in your range functions. Okay, this is the example range with single parameter, range with start and stop, starting number of the sequence and stop generate up to but not including this number, and Python range function with 3 parameter, start, stop, and step. This is your starting number of the sequence, generate up to but not including this number, step, difference between each number in the sequence. Okay, if you want to give here any negative value, you will start your loop from some positive integer value and like 10 and goes up to 0, and you can decrement the loop as well. Okay, if you want your Python range for repeat some action, then you will also write, I will give you output, then you will be clear about this. This is a Python range for repeat some action. Okay. You will write here for I in range of this is your for loop. As you know, this is for your power, that means 2 raised to the power 2. That means it has become if I will write for I in range of 4, that is the same thing. Okay, then print the value. Hello. I will run this code. Hello will be get 24 times. Okay. Now to continue with, I will give you one example how you can decrement your loop. I will, for I in range of, I will give one value that is 5, 0, the upper value, a start value, the stop value, the lower value, and I want to decrement it in one step. I want to print the value of I here. Okay, let's run the code. The answer is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Starting from 5, it will go up to, if I will change here 1, the answer is 5, 4, 3, 2. Your loop will work here. If you will check here, I will write here 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 will not be included because stop will work, stop minus 1. Okay, so it won't work. This is okay for today's session. Rest we will cover in our next session.